With me is Malaysia's Deputy Minister for Investment. So welcome to WION. It's great to have you here in Delhi. My first question to you is about the India-Malaysia relationship. It has been a substantive relationship. Last year we saw your Prime Minister visiting India, holding talks with the Indian Prime Minister. India is marking 10 years of its Act East policy. So how do you see India-Malaysia relationship? If you can give a broad overview of this relationship.
Thank you. This is my second visit to the Raisina Dialogue. And as you mentioned, Prime Minister Anwar visited Prime Minister Modi last year. And we think that India plays a very important role, not just to Malaysia, but to ASEAN. We are looking to India's leadership, given that India is sizable, India is very close to us, and we need to work together particularly in this current global environment. In this current global environment, most of the previous assumptions are now no longer working. We need to build a deeper conversation, and we need to see each other as collaborators, both in terms of shaping supply chain resilience and also ensuring that we are able to trade with each other. We are able to see each other as collaborators and also as each other's market.
See each other as partners. Now when it comes to India-Malaysia investment relationship, the trading relationship, how do you see this relationship going forward? If you can talk about it, how you do plan to get more Indian investments into Malaysia and more Malaysian investors to India. India is the 5th largest economy, soon to be the 3rd largest economy.
We think that we can benefit, we can have mutual benefits, especially, for example, in the semiconductor sector. That Malaysian companies can work with Indian companies and work with foreign companies that are in India, because Malaysia has 50 years of experience in the semiconductor sector. Many companies, or many foreign companies that are now investing in India in the semiconductor sectors has already have presence in Malaysia in the last 50 years. For example, Intel and Infineon and some of these companies, they have been there for many, many years. So they also have a strong ecosystem from among Malaysian companies. This is where we can work together in a trilateral or tripartite manner, where the foreign companies in India, as well as Malaysian companies that are serving them in Malaysia, working together with Indian companies. This is where we see that we can work together and we can help India to speed up its semiconductor dream. In terms of Indians' investment in Malaysia and ASEAN, we think that India is strong in services, India is strong in what they call design and some of these digital tools, digital apps. We can see how to work together and so that India can broaden its reach into the region, particularly in the digital sphere.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned about semiconductors, how it can be an important pillar of the relationship. What can Malaysia provide India in terms of the broader supply chain diversification?
Malaysia has various capability, particularly in the what they call outsourced assembly and testing, and also in the equipment side. So Malaysia has, there are many Malaysian companies that have been serving foreign companies in Malaysia in terms of equipment, and equipment is process know-how. So that will be helpful to India. And in the long run, I think it's also the capability of middle management in the semiconductor sector, which I think we do have quite many of them, and this will be helpful or mutually beneficial to India and Malaysia. We think that building supply chain resilience helps India to diversify its sources of input, and hopefully this will be something that is long-term and mutually beneficial.
Trading in national currencies, when it comes to Malaysia, it was the first country in the ASEAN grouping to have some sort of arrangement with the Indian side. If you can talk about trading in national currencies, how is it going? What's the future forward? What's the potential?
There is already a framework, as you mentioned. There is a framework. There is a way to go. What needs to happen is both sides. We need the companies. We need those people who are utilizing or who is trading with each other to have the confidence and also to have the familiarity, so that they are familiarized with trading in what they call both currencies, rather than trading in the dollar. It takes time. It takes time to build confidence. It takes time to have these companies to feel comfortable. But I think this is a great start.
My last and final question. You're the largest exporter of palm oil. What has been your exports to India? What has been the situation? How do you see this palm oil trade going forward? And also, we know that India, Malaysia don't have a full-fledged FTA, but they have a trading arrangement, a separate mini trade pact, I would say. What's the plan forward? Are you looking at a larger free trade agreement? Are you planning to review that?
This year, Malaysia is the chair of ASEAN, so we are leading the negotiation on ASEAN-India or ITICA, the trade agreement between ASEAN and India, and we hope that with cooperations on from both sides, we're able to reach a substantial conclusion this year. Of course, it's an aspiration. It depends on how it will pan out, but we think that in the ASEAN context, we can do a lot, especially a free trade agreement. But in terms of joint collaborations and in terms of improving our partnerships, I think both governments are talking to each other so that we can enhance our economic cooperation. In terms of palm oil, we think that there are a lot more rooms to work together, not just to continue to export to India palm oil, but actually to work out the supply chain, to deepen collaborations and to deepen even R&D. That, I think, is something that we can work together.
On that note, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION. It was lovely speaking to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
With video journalist Ajit Siddhansipal for WION in New Delhi.